Hi, my name is Meredith Banks, and for my research project, I did it on the digital divide in Charlotte and across America. Many people are unaware of the issue of the digital divide throughout Charlotte and across America. A broad definition of what the digital divide is those who have access to internet and technology and those who don't. There are tons of people living in Charlotte who do not have access to either of these. According to Digital Charlotte, which is a nonprofit here in Charlotte that works to bridge the digital divide, nearly 56,000 homes in Mecklenburg County do not have internet access. The digital divide is an issue present in the backyard of Charlotte and globally throughout the world. And as things become more increasingly online, this is becoming a bigger and bigger issue. This is a map made by Politico on the broadband speeds across America. And according to the Federal Communications Commission, the standard of broadband speed is 25 megabits per second. And as you can see, the 25 megabits per second is the light yellow color. So the gray and the white on the map show speeds lower than this or areas without broadband speeds at all. So this map shows the severity of the digital divide throughout America. So I want to talk a little bit about digital inclusion and its importance. Digital inclusion and the digital divide pretty much play hand in hand. According to Digital Charlotte, digital inclusion refers to the activities necessary to ensure that all individuals and communities, including the most disadvantaged, have access to and use of information and communication technologies. With everything moving online these days, such as student homework, job applications, work activities, doctors' forms, etc., so many different things, digital inclusion is becoming more and more important so that everyone will be on the same equal playing ground. Without digital inclusion, many students struggle to complete their homework, and job searches can be very difficult. So this is a map I found created by the Pew Research Center, and it really shows more of digital exclusion across America. As you can see on this map, the darker green countries have more access to internet than the lighter colored countries, and then for some of them, they don't have internet at all. So without access to internet, there's no possibility for digital inclusion in the first place. So this shows the severity of the digital divide throughout the globe. So this map is Charlotte's crescent and wedge map. You may have seen it before. It's used for a lot of different things to show vulnerable areas in Charlotte. This one specifically was made by For Charlotte Mission Network, and it's to show the areas that are most vulnerable to digital exclusion. As you can see, the darker areas are the most vulnerable, and it makes kind of a crescent shape. And then you can see the lighter areas in the white. They are the least vulnerable, and it makes sort of a wedge shape underneath the crescent, which is why it's called the crescent and wedge map. On this slide, we have two of some of the nonprofits we have working around Charlotte to bridge the digital divide. We have E2D, which stands for Eliminate the Digital Divide, and they're more focused on technology and refurbishing old laptops to be delivered around the city to eliminate the digital divide, since technology is a huge part of it. They have different computer labs throughout Charlotte in local high schools, and students work to refurbish the laptops to be given out around Charlotte. They also do some digital literacy training as well. And then we have Digital Charlotte, and they're more digital literacy focused, so they do a lot of classes around Charlotte. And if the students who go to these classes attend 5 out of 6 of the classes, then they get to take home a laptop with them, which is pretty cool. So they're working on digital literacy training as well as providing access to technology. So this picture here is one of the classes I helped lead for Digital Charlotte. We had 6 courses, and these students attended at least 5 out of the 6 courses. And at the end of the trainings, they received this certificate of completion, and they also got to take home a laptop with them. So I think a super important part of bridging the digital divide is spreading awareness. I'm sure many of you were not aware of this issue prior to listening to this presentation. I know I wasn't aware of the extent of this issue before working with Digital Charlotte, so I think that is a huge first step. And then through awareness, we can recruit more volunteers for companies like E2D and Digital Charlotte because they really do have the answers for bridging the digital divide here in Charlotte. They just need extra help. And then through awareness, we can also get funding from bigger organizations, donations of resources, and then, of course, more volunteers. So, on a national level, too, there needs to be more awareness, not just here in Charlotte, but across America. We have so many amazing nonprofits throughout America working hard to bridge the digital divide. We just need more people aware of them so they can help out. With the power of community, anything is possible. And I really think by engaging community members that this issue can be solved. So, what can students and faculty at Queens do to start bridging the digital divide? I think a huge thing they can do is get involved with Digital Charlotte. A lot of people don't know this, but Digital Charlotte is actually housed in the Night School of Communication here on campus. So it's really easy for students and faculty to get involved, and they're always looking for volunteers. But like I said, that's not the only nonprofit here in Charlotte working to bridge the digital divide. There are many other nonprofits as well, and they're always looking for volunteers. So I think in order to bridge this digital divide, we need to get involved and we need to spread awareness. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope you learned something about the digital divide here in Charlotte and across the globe. And here are my sources.